This local sports report is brought to you by the Cambridge Minor Football Association, a proud supporter of local high school football. Play for the Lions in 2020, the elite rep football program in the region, graduating more players to U Sports football than any other. Find out more about the Lions programs on their website, cambridgelions.ca. It may be the middle of October, but the Cambridge Lions are starting to think about their spring season coming up in 2020. One of the recent announcements was Stephen Pahl being named the new Junior Varsity head coach for next season. First of all, congratulations, Steve. What does it mean to you to take over this position?
Oh, it's a huge step. There's been a transition of starting out very young. And last year's Bantam team, we did pretty well.
Yep.
And, we want to transition that up to the JVs where they had some struggles last year, and we want to kind of try and change the mentality of our JV program.
What are some of the things that you're going to bring as the head coach? Obviously, you've got familiarity with the Lions program, being the Bantam coach like you were last year, but now you got to move that up a level, and some of those kids will come up as well. But what's sort of the core message from you or the foundation of what you're trying to do?
I think we're still a little old school coaching that we do with my staff. My staff is all high school coaches, so they're not just a summertime coach; they're a full-time coach, right? So it really helps them develop their coaching skills, and then when we get on the field, it allows us to just be better coaches for these young men.
Obviously, right now with the Wixod District 8 seasons going on, there's a lot of recruiting going on. You're out at the field, you're trying to see some of the kids that could potentially play for your team next spring. What would your message be to some of those recruits about the Cambridge Lions and the Junior Varsity program for 2020?
I think, if you want to play at the highest level, you need to play at the OPFL level. This is where your recruiters are going to be, and you're going to get great games every week and week out.
Who are you as a coach? I've seen you. You're a passionate guy. You got some fire in you. I enjoy it. I enjoy watching you. I know you're a passionate football guy. You've been in the game for a long time. But describe yourself as a coach and what kind of mentor or role model you're going to be for these young men.
I think when I say old school coach, I love my kids, right? They understand that we're here to work. We get better at practice. Games are only bonuses, right? And the work that you put on in a practice was really going to show out in your games. And not only that is if we really look at the kids that I had from the Bantam team that went up to high school, they are dominating in the high school leagues right now, right? And some of them weren't starters for us, but then they get to the high school programs and they are the leaders and the dominant players at the high school levels.
I know you're a big believer as well in developing these young men off the field. Obviously, football is, an X's and O's game, and a lot goes into the schemes and the different things that you're going to do for the JV team next year. But this is also about developing young men, right? Speak to those attributes, what you're trying to do that way.
My first goal is really about education because it's great that you play football, but if we don't have our education behind us, we really don't have a lot, right? So as the next step of the JV coach, if kids want to go off to university, we are really going to target the recruiters at the universities and make sure we tag them in the right places to get them be seen. Myself with NCAA experience, not only that I was a player, but I have a daughter that plays in NCAA. So if the kids want to have that route to potentially go to the NCAA, I'm a guy that's going to be able to help them get to where they want to go.
Appreciate the time, Steve. Look forward to seeing you on the sidelines once again next year. And for any information on the Junior Varsity program with the Lions or the Senior Varsity program for 2020, be sure to check out their website at cambridgelions.ca. For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.